So here we go, guys. The topic for today is, are you preparing or are you procrastinating? Now, some people have a hard time distinguishing between the two, but I see this all the time. People are focused on perfection over progress. Listen to that. They're focused on perfection over progress, right? They're looking for the perfect training program. They're looking for the perfect company name and the perfect logo and the perfect website and the perfect business card and the perfect sales script and the perfect niche and the perfect software and the perfect lead list. They're looking for everything to be perfect. They're looking for the perfect timing. But let me break the news to you. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You have to grasp that. This is a key lesson that you have to understand as an entrepreneur. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Okay? So I recently read a book called Atomic Habits. Highly recommend the book. It's by James Clear. It's a short book. I did the audio book. I'm going to buy the physical book too. I'm not quite finished with it, but it's a great book. I started it last week, and it reminded me of this key lesson, right? And the lesson is the difference between action and motion. The difference between action and motion. Now, let me explain to you. Motion is when you're in the planning and the researching and the strategy mode, right? This is important. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes the reality is, not sometimes, motion does not produce results. Motion never produces results. It only produces more motion, right? The only thing that can produce results is action, because actions deliver results. So you have to take action on something. So the motion that you're doing, you eventually have to take action in order to see some sort of results. But it's easy to get lulled into a sense of accomplishment by staying in motion and never actually taking action, because you're working off this to-do list and you're checking the to-do list and you feel like you're making progress. You feel like you're actually moving forward. But the reality is motion is never going to get you to your goal. You have to take action. Okay. So understand something. The key to success is not motion, it's action. So let me give you a couple of examples of what I mean. So there are some of you in this audience, that have been thinking about becoming a freight broker or a freight agent for a while now. And you've been researching online the perfect freight broker training program, right? And you keep analyzing which one is the best, right? Which one is the top? But you're still in motion mode. You're still in going through the motions of researching. You're not, and you haven't taken action yet. And you haven't really committed to a program. So that describes some of you here in the audience, right? The other example is maybe you've selected a training program, and maybe you've even completed the training program. And now you're spending all your time designing your logo and getting your business cards printed and setting up your website and all these other motion related actions or things on your to-do list, not actions, right? And you're not actually committing to taking action. And the ultimate action you have to take in order to grow a successful freight brokerage is you actually have to start making phone calls to shippers. You actually got to pick up the phone and you got to start making phone calls. You got to start sending emails. You got to start doing rate quotes. These are the actions that are going to produce the results of actually generating revenue and profit for your business. But many of you are still in that motion mode, and what's happening is you're using this motion as a way to procrastinate because you feel like you're accomplishing something by going through this to-do list. But when none of these are truly moving you to the end result, closer to your goal, It's not action, it's motion. And I don't want to confuse you, but I want you to understand. I understand the reason why you fail to commit. And the biggest reason why you fail to commit to a training program or to picking up the phone and start making calls is fear. It's based on fear. I get it. Okay, I get it. It's fear of making a mistake. It's fear of what other people might think about you. It's fear of failure, right? I get it. It's scary changing careers, right? It's scary burning the boats and going all in. It is. I've been there. I've done it more times than I can count. Okay. But there's a reason why the old saying is ready, aim, fire. Okay. It's not ready, aim, ready, aim, ready, aim, right? It's ready, aim, fire, because eventually you have to fire in order to hit the target. And that's the difference between motion and action. Okay, that's what I want you to understand, right? Again, there are some of you tuning into this video right now, that are thinking about becoming a freight broker or a freight agent, but you have yet to really commit and get trained the right way on how to start a freight broker business. And then there's a second group of you that have already went through training or bought the training or maybe even completed the training. And maybe, and you're waiting for everything to be perfect before you get started, before you actually take action towards your goals. Okay? The important actions that are going to get you there. The fact is, both groups are still in motion. And so what I want you to understand, the lesson here is don't allow perfectionism to get in the way of your dreams. You have to remind yourself that action, not motion, is what generates success. Okay. So the fact is, when you remain in the planning and learning stage of your career, if you're not aware and you're not careful, you could stay there, tricking yourself into thinking you're making progress, when in reality, you're preventing progress. To get better at anything, you eventually need to just do it. Like Nike says, just do it and learn from the outcome of the doing. Okay. So always remember, number one, motion without action will never find success. And that perfection is the enemy of progress. So I hope you guys can internalize that. I hope that helps you, because it's an important topic for every entrepreneur. Okay. So if you guys are curious, if you're on this live or you're catching this on replay or wherever you're catching this, if you're curious about becoming a freight broker or freight agent and you're ready to take action, check out freightbrokerbootcamp.com. We're well known that we're the most cost-effective and comprehensive online freight broker training available online today. Been in business over a decade, trained over 8,000 students, and we offer a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So